Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I'm back here with card number 4 from my online February class. And the class was using the Playing in the Rain kit or bundle. And if you'd like more information on how to join my kit, over on my blog, there's details, and the link to my blog is in the description box below. So let's get started. So we are going to be making this fun little card right here. I just love all the detail and all the stuff. So I went ahead and I already pre-stamped and colored the little fox in because there's so many other little things to do. I thought it would just be quicker. Basically the same way I did it in video number 3, but I'll tell you the colors I used. For the fox colors, I used Crumb Cake on the little face here in the tail. Then I used the dark Cajun Craze. Then I used the Mango Melody blend. But like I said, if you're new and you weren't here when they had the Mango Melody blend, because they just discontinued that one, you can either use the Mango Melody Stampin' Write marker if you have that, or you can just go ahead and use the Daffodil Light. You might have to go over it twice. I don't know. I just upgraded all my blends, as I've been telling you. So some of my blends are, because the other ones were dried out, some of the blends from when I first made this are looking a little lighter or whatever. Like you can tell in my original one, this is using the Poppy Parade light in dark, and my light was starting to get dried out, and you could tell by here. It's not real bad, but there is a difference. So I just want to let you guys know if your coloring doesn't come out the same, why, or maybe yours is lighter because your marker is a little drier. So it is what it is. But anyways, so that's how I colored them in. And then I took the Balmy Blue ink and I took the raindrops and I stamped it over top of this a little bit so that you would have raindrops. Make sure you get your fox as close as you can to the bottom, and use a post-it note to put, like I stamped my words. Here they are. I cut them off. I should have just left them on there because I gave you one big piece, which is big enough to put everything on, but I wasn't thinking that when you stamp the rain, it's going to stamp into your words. If you don't care, then that's fine, but on my original, I didn't have it. So what I would do is stamp your fox, stamp your words, cover your words up with post-it note, then stamp this in the Balmy Blue, and then stamp it around over here. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog whining in the background. He wants to go into my bedroom, which is off from my craft room. And I've got the door shut in there because I am cold. And I told him he has to wait. So he's sitting by the door whining. So if you hear a little whining, that's why. Very sorry. So I re-stamped my Rainy Days Are Better With You on another piece of paper because I did not want the rain on mine. So now let's get die cutting this stuff all out so we can put the card together. Now I've been using my Gemini Junior to die cut stuff out. You can use your Big Shot. It's just that it makes it easier for me. I've been having some neck and back issues, and I don't know. I notice it when I crank a lot. So I've decided to go back to using this and see if that just doesn't ease up. I still do use my Big Shot and stuff. I like how it lines stuff up better than this, but I've got to do what I gotta do. I will be getting it out when I do some embossing here. Okay. So I got the fox down. Then I've got the bridge because we need to cut out the bridge. And we'll tape him down on here. And then we need another, what is it? I can't even think. My brain is log. Woo! we need another log. So I have the log, and then we need 2 of the little grass. And I still put these down on, you know, I use the tape on this one also. And then I'll put this in here and I'll run it through. Okay. And then we'll have this. So there's our little fox. And then we have our lovely bridge. And we have our log. I'm going to have to get a little tool here and cut these up, pop them out. And then we have our 2 little, what do you call them? Yep. Foxes. Oh my God, leaves. Whew. Last video, first video, last video. I guess I'm always screwing something up here. But, you know. Alright, let's get some of this stuff cleaned off from here so I can get this out of our way. Alright, now we are going to take the, what are these called? I think geometric. I'm going to double check. Make sure I'm saying it right. Oh, layering diagramic dies. And we are going to put this down on the Balming Blue side and do this. Otis, you do not need to let everybody know you're here and whining because you're not getting your own way. Oh, and as you could hear, it's a little loud. I'll try to mute it or fast forward it in the video. You could save this piece for something else to use. But yeah. But this is the only piece we need. And we got the big guy here. And we're going to take, and we need our regular platform and 2 of the plates. And this platform. Actually, we only need the gray platform. We don't, let me double check. Let me make sure. Is this a 3D? No, this is not a 3D. So for the 3D one, we just need platform. If it's not a 3D, which it's not, it says right here in our directions, we need platform 1 and then 2 of the platform 2s. So we got 2 of them here. And I've got the raindrop embossing folder. And then I'm going to put this in here because you want it to go in this way because you want your raindrops to, like, the raindropping down. I'm going to run it through and then I will let's get this out of the way. Okay. And then there we have this embossed piece. So isn't that really cute? So we did that. Let me just clear up my workspace a little bit. All right. Now let's get these out of here. And then we're going to do a little, oh, that popped right out. That was nice. Let's see if that one, no, that one's not going to have any part of it. So we'll get the die cut here, or the little popper pokey tool. That's what I call it. Okay. There we go. Now we got that out. All right, so we can set that aside. We got to get our blending brushes, or if you don't have a blending brush, then you can use a finger dauber. And this probably has enough on it from the last couple that I've done. So I am just going to use what's on here, and I am just sponging this. And you could see just giving it a little more pressure towards the outside because I want the outside to be darker. And then work my way in to being light just so you can see the details that are on that. I also wanted to be able to see the details on this. So I got out my Granny Apple Green and I got out the blending brush. And I just kind of went around like this and just made the outside so you could see the details. Kind of gave the tips a little bit darker color. It will blend in more, so because the cardstock will soak some of this color up, and we will do it. So there is that one. Okay, now we're going to get to some stamping, and we're going to take this piece of Whisper White, which is the same size. Actually, I think it might, no, it is the exact same size as the embossed piece. I thought I might have made it a hair smaller, but I did not. So it's the same size as this. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to put this down, and we're going to take our clouds in the Balming Blue. We're going to take this and we're going to stamp it over here, just like that. Then we are going to take the raindrops and make sure the drop parts are facing up, like the pointy, or down, sorry. I did it on this one, I did it the other way. And so they're big drops. So you wanna, the points go down or up. I think the points go up. Some people said the points go down. You tell me. I think the points go up. We're just going to go with the points go up, because wouldn't it be the bigger drop would be at the bottom because it fills up to drop, right? The other way would look funny. All right, so I did it the right way. All right, so then I'm just going to stamp all these down and around, and stamp where you think that it might not show, because even if you overlap a little bit, I mean, it's rain overlaps. Because of the fact that you're going to have spots, you know, where there's no rain. I think that's plenty. Yeah, I'll put one more right there. All right. So that's all I did. And then this goes right on top of this. We're going to glue this to the top. Did I separate it yet, or did I glue it? No, I lied. We are going to pop dot this part up. So this part gets popped up. I do these cards so far in advance that sometimes I forget what I do to them. So we're going to add some pop dimensionals. Add quite a few. You want your card to be, you know, up. You don't want it to be like down, saggy. You know, so keep it up. And then grab some of your minis and add a few of them too in some of these smaller spots that a full one maybe won't fit, or you want quite a few because you want this to stay popped up. And also something else we're going to do before, ooh, I should have done this before, but I think I still have enough room to put it on here. Okay. Yep. All right. We're going to take our little fence, and we are going to put it across here. This will be popped up in the air like this. He will fit. You'll be able to tuck him underneath. Okay, like that. So we're going to remove all these dimensionals, and I will fast forward this when I... Okay. I don't really know what is the best way to do this. I've done it this way before, and it seems to work where you line up the sides. It might be easier to push it down. I don't push it tight until I'm happy. Now see, this side, the bottom half is not like... So I kind of fiddle with it a little bit. the best way is, well, I shouldn't say the best, one of the ways, and that you can do too if you want to, before you go and put this on the card, you could trim the white card like a smidgen. I didn't do that because the measurements would have been awful for you guys if you ever wanted to make this card again, but you could take and just trim off a smidgen on all the sides, and then it'll line up. You know, you won't have that issue from it. But I did that and that seemed to work okay. So that seems to be, just don't push down right away in case you have to finagle anything. And then for this part, because I'm tucking it in, it'll definitely be easier if you use liquid glue for this, because it's easier to have a little wiggle room, but just try not to get it where you don't want it. So I'm just going to pick this up a little bit, find his feet so they're not peeking through, but they're like they're walking on the bridge, and I'm just going to stick this down just like so. Oh, there we go. So there he is. He's like he's walking on the air. And now I have my little log. So I'm going to put my log right here. And again, I'm just going to use liquid glue. I'm just going to put it on one side because you don't need it on the other side. So I'll put my log right here. And then I've got one of my grass. And I'm just going to cut out, you know, glue on the grass here. And that's going to go here. I could put glue all over the grass on this side because this one is sticking, not going to be in the picture at all. But on this side over here, you don't want any glue up here where my fingers are. You kind of want to keep it on the lower half of the grass. And then we're just going to put this one right here over a little bit. Okay. And so I did that. And then we can add this to our card base. And because I've got all that popped up stuff and everything, I'm just going to use liquid glue for this. And just, one, make it easier for positioning. And I'm not going to flatten anything out. So then we'll put this down just like this. And then let's cut out our rainy day and cut around all this. Okay. All right. And then I put this right here. I didn't do anything. I just added some Stampin' Dimensionals. Now if you want it over here, because of the fact that this is backwards from the way I did it the first time, but I think it'll be fine, and I'm not even going to add any dimensionals. I'm just going to add some liquid glue, and I am just going to put it on right up here, just like this. So if you want it to look like this one, be mindful of the way you cut out your diagram for when you emboss it is the main thing. So I think on this one, that's what I'm thinking I did wrong. That, remember how I was saying about the raindrops being up and down? Raindrops are going the wrong way when I emboss this one. So just be mindful. On this one, they're going the right way. But on this one, that's what they were telling me that was wrong, was my raindrops on my embossed piece. So just, you know, think about that when you do it. I think I found my gem that I lost on the very first one. So now we're going to bring in some of these lovely sequins. I love these sequences. I put one over here, and I just so happen to have this lots of unrained area here. So I'm going to put one there, and then I put another one just kind of right next to it, right above it. And that is all I did for this card. That is card number 4. It's our final card for this online class. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, if you'd like to subscribe, the information is in my blog, and the link to my blog is in the description box below. If you could like, subscribe, all the good stuff, I'd really appreciate it. Bye-bye, everybody.